Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hustlers, makers, and content creators, welcome to another Sunday night live stream. It is a Q&A live stream, and yes, I'm getting started a little bit later than usual because I was on Pete John's live stream just a little bit ago. We had an awesome live stream, so thanks again, Pete, for having me on. How's everybody doing? How was your week? Let me turn down my music here. How was your week? Chime off. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how your week was. And by the way, if you do have a question, that's what this stream is for. I'm going to be answering YouTube questions. If you have questions about growing, you have questions about gear or whatnot, I'm going to be answering this question today. There's a pinned comment with a link. That's the place where you ask your questions. Or you can head down to the description. You can ask your question down there as well. Paul Peck, Drywall Tube in the house. How you doing, sir? LLN Carolinas. Did you change your name again, Andrew? That looks a little bit different. Savvy Turtle, how you doing, man? How you doing? Nice to see you, Construction Cronies, Sammy Superstar, Eric Waite Whiskey. How's everybody doing? Of course, Pete Johns, how you doing? Colin Michael in the house, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing? I'm going to go ahead and get right into these questions here in a little bit because I know they're going to start piling up. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight because getting a little bit a late start. And by the way, if you guys didn't get a chance to catch us over on Pete John's channel, who's in the chat right now, when this is over, sometime tomorrow, go check out that live stream. We actually had a good conversation. We talked about creator stuff. We talked about music. We talked about creator burnout and how to push through it. We talked about how to get video ideas for YouTube. Had a really good conversation over there. So yeah, thanks again, Pete, for having me on. How the entire company shortened your name. Right on, man. Nice to see you in here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and dive right into this. I only got one question coming in so far. The first question comes from Randomness. Did I say that right? Randomness. Yes. Okay. The question is, every time you search for my channel, YouTube brings up randomness with an N instead of randomness with an M. Should I change my channel name while I'm still small, 45 subscribers? Okay, so here's the thing about, and I see a lot of people getting caught up with this thing, right? People say, I search for my name and I can't find my name. Here's the thing. No one is searching for you. Literally, no one is searching for you because nobody knows who you are yet, right? People don't start searching for your channel until your channel gets a little bit bigger, until you get to be a little bit known, until you've provided a lot of value of some sort, you know, right? Maybe you're teaching them how to do something or maybe making them laugh. You have to provide some sort of value to a lot of people before you get to the point where people actually start searching for your name. So the fact that you can't find your name or it's pulling up another channel, it doesn't matter. Literally, no one is looking for you right now. But that does bring up another question. You have a name that has a weird spelling, and there's a similar channel, and there's a difference between an M and an N. Think of it this way. If you have a confusing channel name, I would either reconsider the channel name, or I would try to think of everything possible when you're adding your tags. So this is what tags are actually good for. YouTube says if you're going to use a tag, right? I'm not talking about keyword phrases here. I'm talking about the actual tags. If you are going to use a tag, use it for misspellings, right? Use it for words that are spelled incorrectly. So I would use both of those spellings in your tags to tell YouTube that's what you're, that this is my channel. There is a misspelling of that channel. As your channel does grow in popularity, YouTube will figure it out. And if people they do search for your channel, the right channel is going to pop up. But here's the thing. Let's say, hey, Tommy Bernard, how's it going? Let's say Tommy Bernard and I get together and we're at an event somewhere and my battery's dead on my phone. His battery's dead because we've been at the event all day long and we're just sitting in a cafe, we're knackered. And I'm like, oh, hey, did you see that channel called Randomness? And he's going to go, no. And I go, you got to check this out. My phone's dead. I got to tell you about it. It's Randomness, but I think it's Randomness with an M or Randomness with an N. Confusion there. Again, that's not going to like move the needle for you, but I think in terms of just brandability, something to think about. Something to think about. But as your channel grows, YouTube will figure out what your channel is. But right now, literally no one is searching for you. So I wouldn't worry about that. Nurse Flipper, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Nurse Flipper, you were in the queue to actually get a channel review over in the StreamYard channel, and Daniel Battelle and I were doing the reviews. We ended the stream. We were both knackered on that one, but you were in the queue on that one. My apologies. Butterfly Hustles, how you doing? Nice to see you in here, Carol. Carol, you changed your name too. Butterfly Hustles, Carol. I like that you added that on there. That's nice. Zane, how you doing? Of course, Heavy Metal Chef, how you doing, my man? Timer Bernard says, I'm failing miserably. My name is #1 search term. It's 80%. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, next question. This one comes from Zane, who says, is in my niche showing off fake screenshots for sales and other flashy stuff works? I've seen that. People talk about how many sales they're making. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm not comfortable with it. So what do? You don't do it. You don't do it because you're not, I'm going to finish reading your question. Most of my audience want quick, fast, easy, and free. By the way, I'm a real 6-figure seller. It took me 10 years to be here. Okay, so you're a real 6-figure seller and you're trying to build your influence on YouTube. The last thing you want to do is get called out as a fraud. You never want to put yourself in a position where someone can actually call you out as a fraud because you missed something when you were changing the number. So be authentic, be yourself. Right? Maybe make a video talking about how a lot of people make fake numbers. Right? Let your community know about this. Let them become aware of this, and then you just keep it real. Right? Let people know what's going on with your channel. Be 100% authentic. That way, you never have to worry about anything. Nobody's ever going to call you out for being a fraud if you keep it 100% real every time. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Your driver, Mike. Jana Finn, I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Watching from LA. Hope you're doing well in LA. Is Doug in here? Hey, Doug, welcome again. Stacy Morgan, how you doing, man? Weird, my badge changed. Badges changed based on how long people have been members. If you've canceled and you've come back, I think that might change things too. So the badge change every month. Oh, we got the first super chat. Look at that. Nurse Flipper. Super chat. I love it. Nurse Flipper hit 10,000 subscribers last week. Congratulations. That is no easy task. Just want to say thanks for all the help along the way and for the future. Congratulations, man. That's huge. That is huge. Congratulations. I love it. Savvy Tech Tips. How you doing, man? There's 2 Savvies in here tonight. Savvy Turtle and Savvy Tech Tips. Hope you both are doing well. All right, moving on to the next question. From Colin Michael. Does YouTube allow you to use brief clips or photos from movies, TV shows, etc.? I'm thinking about throwing in a quick 3-second funny lines into some of my videos, but I don't want to get demonetized. Okay, that's a great question. Here's the thing. If you use anything, music, audio clips, a 3-second thing from a movie, a photo, or whatever, that you don't have a license to, you have to understand that you are rolling the dice, that you could get a copyright claim. It's a possibility. It depends if that part of the movie or the part of the music or the audio is already in YouTube's content ID system, right? Or even if it's not in there now, it could end up in there later. There isn't really a time limit. People say, oh, well, if you put less than 3 seconds or you put less than 5, that's not true at all, right? It comes down to the company who owns the copyright to that movie or to that audio. So what happens is inside, like if you're inside the partner program, you have access to the copyright tool. Let me log into mine to see if I need to burn anybody alive right now. Give me 1 second because I'll walk you guys through a little something here. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I do have somebody. So I'm going to pull you guys. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you what everyone has access to if they are in the partner program. And this can also happen automatically. So if you're in the partner program, you can come down here to copyright and it will show you any videos that are stealing your video, right? They're using it on their channel. And it tells you what percentage they're using. So this channel with 0 subscribers and they've got 1 view, they're using 100% of this video in their video. So now I get to come in here and I can click this. Oops, I'm going to undo that. I can come in here. I can click this, right? I can request them removal. I can contact the channel, right? If I request removal, then you get to come down in here And you go through a process, right? I don't want to go through the process live because I need to pay attention to it. But everybody has this ability. So if you use any 2%, 1%, whatever, people are going to see that. So they can manually choose to A, give you a copyright claim to take your monetization, or B, issue a copyright strike so you take it down immediately, okay? Now, if it's actually in the Content ID system, and a lot of movies and music are in the Content ID system, this can happen automatically. You can automatically get a content claim. There is argument that you're using this stuff in a certain way that can be considered fair use, but YouTube actually doesn't get legally they can't tell you what's fair use, right? If you get a copyright claim and you think it's fair use, you have to dispute that claim. YouTube then gives the dispute back to the copyright holder, and they decide if they still want to claim it or if they want to give you a strike or, oh yeah, it is fair use, so we're just gonna let it be. So I would say this. I see a lot of people using like 1 second, 2 second clips just to add to some funniness. You might be able to get away with it, but just know that you are rolling the dice. You could get a copyright claim, right? I see a lot of people doing it, but that doesn't mean they're not getting claims. And more importantly, even if you get away with it today or next month, there's nothing to say that a year from now, 6 months from now, 5 years from now, you've got a channel with 2 million subscribers and all of these little clever videos that you made with all these little 3-second parts, all of a sudden, all these claims come in and they just start hitting all of your videos and they're going to claim all your revenue on that one. Or they could give you 3 copyright strikes in a row within a 90-day period and you lose your channel. So as a creator, it's a decision you're going to have to make to see if it's worth it or not. I'm tempted to do stuff like that too, but I don't do it because I'm trying to think long term, right? Like what could happen a year from now or 2 years from now? I'd hate to lose my channel over some little 3-second clips that I did, years ago. So, what did it say? Hey, how you doing? Somebody just said, here it is. This happened to Plain Rock 124. I'm not familiar with that channel, but there you go. There you go. DNM and YouTube now has pre-screening that detects copyright material before you post a video, but I don't know if it's available everywhere. Yes, so this is something that they're rolling out. Hey, Thrift Beast, how you doing? This is something that they're rolling out, but what they don't tell you is what's going to happen tomorrow, right? That's what I'm talking about. Just because you don't get nailed today, all that means is nothing matched with their Content ID system at the time you uploaded that video. So if I use something today and then next week or 6 months from now or 6 years from now, that content goes into their Content ID system. The AI can see that connection and they can flag my video anytime in the future. So you really have to be careful with that stuff. But it's a calculated risk, right? Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm not going to take the risk. All right, next question. And that's a great question, by the way. Next question comes from Slingshot FN, who says, how do I get more likes per video? Because I'm only get 400 to 700 views per video and 10 to 50 likes. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you, forget about likes. Don't worry about likes. Don't worry about likes on your video. Likes on your video or dislikes on your video are not going to affect the performance of your video. Contrary to popular belief, the amount of likes is not going to give your video a boost. Hey, hit the like for the algorithm, right? How many times have you heard that? Doesn't matter. YouTube is looking at your click-through rate, right? How many people actually clicked on your thumbnail, right? Does your thumbnail get clicked? And then they're looking at how long people watch your video. That's YouTube in a nutshell. Clicks and view duration, right? If you want your video to do well, you have to get a lot of people to click your thumbnail, and you have to get a lot of people not to watch your video, but watch your video a long way. Look at your audience retention report. Aim for at least 50%. Right? That should be your first goal. If you're not hitting 50%, and I didn't start that way either. So my early videos were hitting 30%, 35%, and it took me a really long time to figure out how to edit and communicate to break past 50%, right? But make that your first benchmark. Okay, I want my audience retention to get to at least 50%. And then try to push on forward if you can. Try to get 55, 60, 65, 70. The higher that gets, the higher the percentages for your click-through rate, the more your video is going to surface on YouTube. Likes, dislikes have nothing to do about it. So instead of focusing on those likes, focus on getting people to click more, focus on getting people to watch your videos longer. YouTube gives us those metrics to help us figure out what's what. Thank you, Doug. Got questions? Check the link in the pinned comment. You got it. Yep, YouTube system could suddenly change and you get struck out of the blue. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not so much worried about what happens today. I'm worried about what happens 6 months down the road, 6 years down the road. That's what concerns me. And pre-screening clearly says it's not guaranteed. Yep, yeah, got it. D. Niman said this April 12th, I guess. It is still April 11th where I am. So I don't know where you are. It's April 11th where I am. Next question comes from Architectural Sheet Metal 101. Your thoughts on investing in coaching? That's a great question. Coaching, mentorship, that sort of thing, I firmly believe in investing in your education. If you are investing in a coaching program to help you become better at what it is with sheet metal working, fantastic. Find someone that you think is a master at what they do and buy into that. If you're looking for a coach or a program for YouTube growth, be very careful about the programs you choose. There's a lot of garbage out there. So find a creator who walks it like they talk it. Find a creator who has a large channel. Find a creator who speaks in a way that makes sense to you. Find a creator who's not just on YouTube trying to sell a course, but find a creator who speaks at public events, who's speaking at VidCon, who's speaking at VidSummit. Find a creator who's on stages because they're trusted enough to be put on stages, right? There's a lot of YouTubers selling courses. Some of them have a lot of subscribers, but like all they're doing is just on YouTube and their information's sometimes not so good. So if I'm going to buy a course, it's going to be someone who's on stages and it's got a big following, and I really love the way they communicate. But I totally believe in education, and if going through a course helps you accelerate the process of whatever it is that you're doing, I'm all for it. That's a great question. Fantastic question. Like T. Niman. Yeah, I don't have a course. I started working on a course before I left Thailand. So I got a handful of videos half made over there. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll even get around to finishing it now. It's been a year. All right, next question is from Jana Pin. Question is, number one, ways to promote my channel without being spammy. Great question. Number two, likes keep going down and none of the views and likes are from bots. They are from family and friends, but not the same house. Example, 5 likes go down at 4 and then 3. Okay, so first of all, forget about likes. Don't worry about likes. As I mentioned earlier on from that question, likes, forget it. It doesn't even matter. Focus on getting people to click. Focus on getting people to watch longer, right? You're going to hear some people say, oh yeah, you want to click like for the algorithm. All the likes really do is it is engagement, but it's not going to move the needle on your video. It does give the creator, like I like it when you guys hit the like button, right? Let me tell you right now, hey, if you're enjoying yourself or you're learning something, hit the like button. Not because it's going to boost this video, but because I can come back later and look to see how many of you actually enjoyed the live stream. But it's not going to change the performance of the video. So forget about the likes. It's completely not important at all. Ways to promote your channel without being spammy. I get this question a lot. Like, how do I promote my videos? The best thing you can do to promote your videos is to make good videos, right? And I know that's not the answer you want to hear. People think, oh, I want a Facebook group I can post in. Those can work to some degree as long as it's not like a sub for sub grow together type Facebook group. If you are going to integrate into a community, and let me look at your channel really quick. Let's see what you're doing. What are you doing here? You are doing, what are you making here? You are doing boondocking in Joshua Tree, dyeing your hair orange. Okay, so I'm going to pull your channel up and just use it as an example right here. Okay, so I land here on your channel. And by the way, I'm not doing channel reviews today, but I want to pull this channel up because she's new, and I think there's opportunity here, and I just want to make sure she gets steered in the right direction. Okay, so I'm going to start off with your channel art right here. I love that you got your name up there. It's colorful, font's easy to read. I dig it. Tell me what your channel's about. Tell me what your channel's about. Pick one sentence with as few words as possible, 8, 9, 10 words, and tell me what your channel is about, right? If I come down here, and by the way, let me back up. This value proposition statement that you're going to put there, This is for the viewer. This is to tell the viewer what's in it for them, right? So let's just say, because I see your very first video here, is boondocking in the Joshua Tree. Now, I understand your channel is not about boondocking, but let's say, for the sake of this tutorial, or for the sake of this review, that it is about boondocking. So your channel art could say, Jenna Penn, something about boondocking, right? Like I'm not into boondocking, but like Jenna Penn, boondocking around the United States, or boondocking around the worlds, multiple worlds, boondocking around the world. The best places to boondock, teaching you how to boondock, right? You can figure out what that is. That would be a value proposition. Something this isn't on my channel, but if I were to put something like this on my channel, I could say, here's my name, D. Nimmin, and I could say, helping mobile content creators succeed on YouTube. That would be a value proposition for me. So that would be the first thing. Figure out what your channel's about, and then tell the viewer what your channel's about. Now, as I come down here, and I'm just going to look at your videos here. Wow, okay, so you've been going for 5 months, so welcome to YouTube. So what I want you to look at here is you have lots of different types of content. So you've got something here about camping. This is somewhat about camping. This is about camping. This is about dyeing socks. And this is about camping. Gluten-free grocery haul. And Wheeler Gorge. This could be about camping. Dyeing my hair orange. And boondocking in Joshua Tree. Right? So it looks like you're leaning towards camping. It looks like you're leaning towards boondocking or RV life, right? Once you come up with that statement, boondock with me around America, say that's your statement. Any video that doesn't match with that, like, hey, I want to make a video about dyeing my hair. Like, well, I tell people my channel is about boondocking. So is dyeing my hair in alignment with boondocking? If the answer is no, then you don't put this video up. Because if I come here because I love your videos on camping and boondocking and trailer life, and then you upload a video about dyeing your hair, like that's not what I subscribed for. I'm not interested in that, right? I'm here for the boondocking. I'm here for the camping. And you're showing me how to dye socks? Not interested, right? So think about building a community, and this is where the power comes in of niching down into something. So if you're going into camping, RV life, boondocking, make every video about that. So that's what I've got for you in terms of that little mini channel review, just to kind of help you get in the right direction. In terms of what can you do to promote your channel? Look, van life, RV life, camping, that whole outdoor thing right now is super popular. I think if you just focus on that, right? Focus on that, really focus on making really good eye-catching thumbnails. Put yourself in the thumbnail. Let people know it's somebody different than they haven't seen before. Get your face in the thumbnail. Find really interesting titles, not just boondock in Joshua Tree. Like, that's cool. Maybe you could have a video how to boondock in Joshua Tree. Teach people how to do it. Or you wouldn't believe, or wow, someone tried to break into our van, or someone tried to break into our trailer. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. But if it did, those sorts of videos do well, right? Like how to protect your trailer while you're sleeping. That's a great video. And this sort of content is super popular right now. So focus on it. Stop thinking about how can I promote my videos? Because if you hit the right topics with the niche that you're in right now, your channel is going to blow up. Just focus on your thumbnails. Focus on getting people to watch your videos as long as possible. You do that, things are going to fall into place for you, because the content that you're making right now is hot. It's hot. People are doing really well with this. Look at the channels that are bigger than yours, doing what you're doing. Look at the type of topics that are doing well for them. Look at how they're structuring their titles. Look at how they're writing their description. Look at how they're editing their videos, right? You don't want to just copy them and be a clone, but it gives you an idea and it gives you something to start with, and then you'll come up with your own style. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? I love it.
Super chat.
Keep on growing with Mike Van Doozy. Thank you, sir, for the super chat. May the force be with you, too. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much. All right, next question comes from Club Brick, who says, why did my shorts go from 10,000 views a day to 30? Did the short shelf reload? Well, first of all, you got to think about this. The short shelf is constantly rotating shorts in and out of it, okay? And your shorts are not going to get rotated through it multiple times unless it's a high-performing short, because there's a lot of high-performing shorts that you are now competing with. So if you were having shorts that were getting 10,000 a while ago because you were uploading shorts early, but now you're barely getting any, it could be because A, people are just not interested in the actual short, right? It's video performance. Just because you made it doesn't mean people are going to like it. So you could just be uploading the wrong shorts, or B, you got to understand now there's more competition than ever to try to get into short shelf. So it's one of those things, or both. It could be the competition. There's tons of people trying to get in there. It could be that your short just isn't very good and people just aren't responding to it. So that's why. It's video performance. The same thing applies to shorts as it applies to normal videos, right? If your video is good, you'll get a lot of views. If your video is not good, you won't get a lot of views. Next question from Savvy Tech Tips. Thank you, Dee, for the crazy week on my new channel. Congratulations on the new channel, man. It's been a frustrating week for me switching from my gaming channel to my new channel. Yeah, that's the thing. You're going from a gaming channel to a tech channel, and your mind is stuck in gaming, right? You're thinking gaming. The fonts you're choosing are like gaming. You're trying to appeal to a totally different audience now. You're appealing to the tech audience. So everything's going to have to change for that. Congratulations on the new channel. Hope it does great. Next question comes from RetroPeck. RetroPeck? How do I grow? Okay, so here's what I've got for you. You grow, because that's such a blanket statement. You drink a lot of milk and you eat protein. That's how you grow. But since you're asking such a blanket statement, how do I grow? I want you to go to Google and I want you to type in the YouTube Creator Academy. Matter of fact, everybody can do this. I'm going to let's see here. I'm going to show this on the screen. YouTube Creator Academy. Let me put this on the screen so everybody can see what I'm talking about. If you're new to YouTube, or maybe if you're old on YouTube and you don't know what this is called the YouTube Creator Academy. It's created by YouTube, right? YouTube made this. It is a series of mini courses that teach you how YouTube works. For example, one little course is just getting started. They teach you the foundations of YouTube. Another one is they teach you about content strategy, teach you about production, channel optimization, money and business, right? Quick Start Guide to YouTube. These are mini courses. And when they're finished, they give you a little test. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. This is kind of like the instruction manual to YouTube. So for those of you who are just sitting there wondering, how do I grow? And you haven't at least started in YouTube Creator Academy, because there's a lot of stuff here. It's going to take you a while. When this live stream's over, go start in the YouTube Creator Academy. It's going to be the best thing you could possibly do for your channel, because you'll have a better understanding of how YouTube works, right? Like, how do you grow? If you're asking me such a basic question, how do you grow? It means you don't understand the basics of YouTube yet. So my answer wouldn't be that helpful to you. Go through the YouTube Creator Academy and you'll have a better understanding. Shelly saves the day. What is going on, Shelly? Hope you are doing well. Hey, hey, hey. McGart says, I think I accidentally clicked on this. I didn't know what I was clicking on. I will check it out. You're talking about the YouTube Creator Academy. Yeah, check it out, right? Like, if you haven't started going, you don't have to power through the whole thing in a day. It's bite-sized courses. It just, it might take you 30 minutes in this one. It might take you an hour on this one. But you can choose the ones you want to learn about and just kind of bounce around. I recommend everybody in here go through that. I go through it like once a year, not through all of it. I open it up, I go through it, and I look for things that they may have added, because YouTube is constantly changing their policies. They've got courses on policies in there. Copyright, everything. My E-Class and Bytes, how you doing? Says, I finished 3 courses in the Creator Academy. There you go. There you go. All right, next question. Comes from me and you, it's us. Who says? Well, first I'm going to hydrate, actually. I'm going to hydrate with my ginormous StreamYard mug. And while I'm talking about the ginormous StreamYard mug, I want to say today's stream is brought to you by StreamYard. So if you're wondering how I'm putting messages on the screen like this, or how I'm actually live streaming, I've got a link down below in the description. You can stream for free with StreamYard for up to 20 hours per week. Or you can upgrade and have unlimited streaming. You can do 1080p streaming, so on and so forth. Links down below. And thank you, StreamYard, for sponsoring today's show. It's really the easiest way to get up in live streaming. All right, the question here is, we have over 2,000 views in the last month, but only 17 subscribers. Is there anything we could change? We have posted 3 to 4 videos every week, and the views are pretty good. Let me have a peek at what's going on just so I understand the question further. So what you're saying is, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're getting views, and you're happy with the views. Oh, I see. At 2,000 views is across all of your videos. I see. Marco and Daisy's vlogs. So you're asking, I guess, how you get more subscribers? I'm looking at your channel here. Hold on. So you're doing vlogs. Vlogs are difficult because vlog is just, vlog isn't really a niche. A vlog is just like, I'm just making content, putting it online. There's no real focus. It's just me, follow me through my life sort of thing. But I am going to pull you up here. I know I said I wasn't getting into this today, but we're going to get into it today. So looking at your videos here, I'm just going to sort by the most popular to see what's going on. Let's see. So it looks like basketball in the rain, workout in the forest. Yeah, so here's the thing with a vlog channel. So, potato chip diet, family vlog. Workout in forest, family vlog. Basketball in the rain, family vlog. You're getting a little bit of views on this, but the thing about a vlog channel, you have to understand, vlog channels, you're making this about you. And that's fine, and that can work with family vlogs, but the more that you can find ideas to make your vlogs about, to make your videos about the viewer, right? Because everything in here is about us. We're playing basketball in the rain. We're working out in the forest, right? This one's good. Do you suffer from low self-esteem? Me too. Okay, that's a little bit better. Happy Easter. Different views. So the topics that you're choosing, they're not all of them are topics that people are really going to be interested in. The more you can shift your thinking to make videos about the viewer, to pull them in, like you suffer from low self-esteem, that's on the right path. Now, I know a lot of family vlog channels, they're doing all these challenges and all of that stuff, and you can do that. You can definitely do that. You can do the challenges and do everything else the vlog channels are doing. You can look at some of the big vlog channels and see what ideas they're coming up with to get some views. But getting started, you're going to have a mind shift change on this and think about, how can we bring the viewer in so they feel involved rather than just watching us do stuff? Right? So that's what I would do if I had a family channel and I was trying to do a vlog channel. And I would also address, like, I'm going to look at this one right here. So we made candles. I'm going to pick on this video for a second. We made candles, family vlog. This would have probably done so much better if the title was something along the lines of how to make candles at home, or how to make homemade candles, or how to make candles with your kids, how to make candles as a family. Right? So you're teaching the viewer, who might also have a family, how your family can make candles together, and you're teaching them how to do it so they can do the same thing, right? Include the viewer in, instead of just saying, watch us do this thing. So instead of right now, instead of you worrying about your views, instead of worrying about your subscribers, I want you to rethink your content strategy. In every piece of content that you put up, think about how you can make it to include the viewer. How can you teach the viewer something, right? Let's just say, I don't know how many kids you have, but let's say you have 3 kids. Think about the struggles that you've gone through with your children and come up with solutions that you can share with other new families who might have their 3rd kid on the way. Like, teach them how to do what you've done, that sort of thing. So think less family vlog and think more about how can your family help other families do things. And I think if you make that shift, I think you're going to see the numbers changing. When the numbers start changing, when people start making that connection with you, they're going to feel more connected with you because you've provided some sort of value to them, instead of just, hey, watch us exercise in the forest. Not that you can't do it that way, but I think you have a chance to grow faster doing it the other way. That's probably not the exact answer that you wanted, but I think that would be a solid strategy moving forward as a family channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, if you have any questions about that, let me know. Yeah, and vlogging is tough. Family stuff is tough. You know, it's tough to get that momentum rolling. So you really just have to rethink what you're doing, right? YouTube is all about the viewer. I don't care what niche you're in. I don't care what type of content you're making. The more you make it about the viewer, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to teach them something. It could be that you're motivating them, inspiring them, making them laugh, making them cry, making them feel FOMO, whatever it is. You have to make videos about the viewer, stuff that the viewers are interested in, right? So you find the things that you're into, you find the things that the viewers need information on or the ways that you can lift them up, and then you make those videos and then bridge in between. Pixelpia, fashionably late as usual. Thank you for the super chat. Sorry I'm late. Did I miss any funk?
Super chat.
I've been waiting just for you to come in. Oh man, I love it. Tracy Parks, how you doing? Nice of you to come in, stop by and say hello. Thanks, Pia. Hope you're doing well. All right, next question comes from the Masonator 99. Interesting name. What are the best types of content to upload and or best edits to use? That's a loaded question, and I can answer that a million ways. So I'm just going to quickly, quickly look at your channel. It's okay. You're a gaming channel. So let me see what's going on here. Okay. So I'm not going to pull your channel up because the same thing applies to you that I talked about with Jenna. So I'm looking at your channel here. You've got Fortnite videos. You're doing like somebody's, Pro Pepper sings Chug a Jug with you. You've got all of these different things happening on your channel and you don't really, Steve Harvey sings Chug a Lug, Red Velvet TikTok dance. You've got all of these things happening on your channel and you don't have any direction. Now you can move forward as a variety channel, but you've got to understand that variety channels are going to grow, usually going to grow, the absolute slowest on the platform because you've got all this hodgepodge of content and you're segmenting your audience in a million different ways. So if I subscribe to your channel because I love your Fortnite videos, then you start uploading like TikTok dances and people singing Juggalug and everything else and Steve Harvey stuff. Like I didn't sign up for that and I'm going to bounce, right? So think about a direction for your channel. And what was your actual question here? The best types of content to upload. The best types of content to, okay. If you want to grow faster and build a community and make money and everything else that goes along with it, I think the best type of content to make is content that helps people in some way, right? Entertaining people, motivating people, educational content, sharing your story, helping people through things that you've went through. I think that's the best content to make. The more you can lift people up, the more that's actually going to lift you up in return. So if you're unsure of what type of content to make, there's a couple of ways to actually go about it. And one of the ways is like, what are you knowledgeable about that you can share with people? You don't have to be an expert. You just have to be smarter or more knowledgeable about something than the people who are actually getting into it, right? Like if you're a gamer and let's just say you're playing Minecraft and you want to teach people how to play Minecraft, you don't have to be the best Minecraft player to be a Minecraft teacher. You just have to teach beginners how to play Minecraft, right? So think of it that way. Did I miss the super chat? Warren, thank you so much.
Super chat.
Thank you for the $5 super chat, Warren 3. Much appreciated. Hey, Brandon Sparks. Entertain, educate, or do both, Pete says. Yeah, I think, look, there's lots of ways to succeed on YouTube. Lots of ways. Some people make reaction videos. Some people are gamers. Some people do tutorials. Some people do motivation or fitness. There's a million ways to do this. But in my opinion, the fastest way to grow, the way that has the most potential in terms of like money earning and that sort of thing, help people in some capacity, right? Easier said than done. I'm really good at Pong. Yeah, well, you missed your time on that one. If only YouTube would have been around, 35 years ago. Hey, Beanie, how you doing, man? All right, next question comes from Going Green Mom. Says, there doesn't seem to be a community around my niche with his histamine intolerance. Wow, that's crazy. I take antihistamines all the time. Histamine intolerance, working towards my dreams with a chronic illness. But I hang out in communities with YouTube with my channel name. Does this confuse YouTube if I'm watching or participating in non-related lives? Great question. I've found viewers in all communities and hanging out. Okay, so first of all, if you're hanging out as a viewer in someone else's live stream, or you're watching someone else's content, videos, or you're leaving comments on other people's channels, that in no way has any bearing on the success of your videos or your live streams. Not even 1%, nothing. It's completely disconnected because YouTube's looking at you two different ways. YouTube is looking at you as a viewer, and as a viewer, YouTube is looking at your viewing habits, your engagement habits, the type of content that you're watching, when you're watching it, what type of device you're looking at, or you're watching the content on, right? As a viewer, they're trying to predict what you want to watch next, and they're trying to serve that to you. As a YouTube creator, you've got your videos that you upload, and they're taking like the same information they're taking on you as a viewer. You know, what is she looking at? When does she look at this? What does she engage with, right? They're collecting all this data on you. They're doing the same thing for all the other viewers. So when they come onto YouTube, if your content just happens to match what they're looking for, YouTube thinks they're looking for, your video might end up going in front of them. You're doing histamine intolerance. So let's just see here. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up a channel here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share my channel, and I'm just going to do a YouTube, do a little share. Histamine intolerance. Okay, so right out of the gate here, I see there's, and these are things people are searching for, not a lot, but I see histamine intolerance healing and histamine intolerance. So I'm just going to click on one at random. All right, so look at this right here. This top video that was served to me, histamine intolerance by Mark Heyman, MD, 35,000 views 2 months ago. This one right here, histamine intolerance system and solutions, 43,000 views. 7 causes of histamine intolerance. I would say there are tons of opportunity for what it is that you're doing. Tons. 7 steps to cure histamine intolerance. So what you need to do as a creator, come to YouTube, do exactly what I just did, type in histamine intolerance, hit enter, and go through and look at all of these videos and start getting video ideas on how you can make these videos, but maybe make them even better, right? What can I do to this video to make it better so maybe my video will get more views than this one? Like, that's how you go about it. There's tons of people looking for histamine stuff. Some of these videos, not all of them have huge views, but some of them do. The low histamine shelf, 65,000 views, right? This is 5 years ago, but still. The whole channel is called Healing Histamine. I'm going down the rabbit hole now. So right now, YouTube is collecting this information on me, and they're going to start serving me histamine stuff. Healing histamine. So they're not actually, they stopped uploading, which is unfortunate. But anyway, I think there's plenty of opportunity for you. In terms of working towards my dreams with a chronic illness, again, you know, when you're doing that, that's more about me. Me. And that's fine. But think of it this way, because we were just talking about this earlier. Instead of I'm working towards my dreams with this chronic illness, what about you take all the things that you've learned while you're working towards your dreams so you help other people with the same chronic illness achieve their dreams? That shift, right? Watch me try to achieve my dreams with this chronic illness. People are going to go, yeah, I got so. But as soon as you shift that and say, whatever your chronic illness is, and you start lifting those other people up who have the same chronic illness, who also have dreams, and you're trying to help them achieve their dreams, that's where the shift happens, right? You're making it about them while at the same time going through and doing what it is that you do. So I think there's plenty of opportunity for you. You just have to learn how to search for these ideas and learn how to tap into the right audience. So I just keep going, keep learning. And I think Doug Houston dropping a super chat here. What do we got?
Super chat.
Doug Houston. Shout out to Pete Johns for including my channel in the Hidden Gem segment. Thanks, Doug. Yeah, that was great seeing you on there, man. All you Aussies stick together. Appreciate the super chat. I will not pass it along to Pete Johns. And maybe I'll buy him a beverage when I see him. Oh, man, I love it. Oh, new funk, he says. Smooth. Yeah, that was the $10 smooth funk is what that was. $10 Australian smooth funk. All right, next question here. Next question comes from Joe King Moron. Question. I've been trying to get you to do a very quick review of my channel for a few streams. Can you do a quick check and give me a little bit of feedback you see right off the bat? Also, I haven't uploaded in a while because I've been working very hard on a new video. Just figured it might help you to know, to help you decide to give me quick feedback. Okay, so here's the thing. My best advice to you is the fact that you have not uploaded very long because you're working on a new video tells me that you're putting way too much time and effort into a video. Make a video, put the video out. Make a video, put the video out, right? The fact that you have not uploaded in a while is why I'm not going to look at your channel. So what you need to do is come back next weekend when you have your new video uploaded and say, I uploaded the video, I finished the video, now can you look at my channel, right? Because if you're not uploading because I'm working really hard on this new video, just make the video and put it up there. I'm going to look at your video behind the scenes here. Behind the scenes, what are you doing? Screenshots of a dream. Yeah, so I'm going to give you 2 tips. Tip number 1, don't spend so long making a video. Tip number 2, I have no idea what your channel is about. No idea whatsoever what your channel is about. So you're going to need some sort of clarity. So when I land on your channel, I know what's going on. I have no idea what your channel is about. Next question comes from Farland Venture, who says, how can I grow a channel on this platform in 2021? I'm brand new to here, and I'm just trying to get any advice or suggestions from the high-rising channels. Thank you. Step 1 is always stay hydrated. Step 2, a little bit earlier in the stream, I showed you the YouTube Creator Academy, right? If you missed that, go to Google, type in YouTube Creator Academy. It is a free course created by YouTube, a free series of courses created by YouTube that teaches you how YouTube works. That is the best use of your time right now since you're just trying to figure out what to do. Of course you can grow on the platform in 2021. Of course you can. You just got to learn how YouTube works. You can do that for free with the YouTube Creator Academy. Next question comes from Esteem, who says, hey, my channel and all of my audience are in Persian language until now. What happens if I create subtitles in English to expand my community? Do you think the English-speaking language will watch my videos? It's hard to say. It's hard to say, but if all of the videos on your channel are in Persian, the Persian language, keep it that way. Don't ever upload videos in English, right? Because you want to, whatever language you're in, keep it in that language. If you do want to add English subtitles, put them on there. Okay, if you're uploading videos in Persian language, your title should be in Persian. Your description should be in Persian. The language should be in Persian. That's going to make it more difficult for English speakers to actually find you. However, put it on some videos and find out. Look at your, put it on some videos, come back in a month, look at your data, see where people are watching from. See if any of your audience shifts by doing that. Or you could put the top part of your description in Persian, the bottom part in English. You know, you could try that, test it out and see. But I don't know if they'll watch your videos or not. I mean, for me, if I'm going to watch a foreign video on YouTube where it's in another language and I'm watching the subtitles, it's got to be something that I'm very interested in. Like I need to watch this video. So test it out and see. It may or may not work. Next question, the Xiaoju fangirl. How you doing? Nice to see you in here. What is a good click-through rate? Great question, and unfortunately, there is no right or wrong answer here. YouTube says between 2 and 10%. That's average. However, they don't talk about niche. They don't talk about, they don't mention that the more views you get, sometimes your click-through rate's going to go down. So here's what I recommend for you, because I know you're just getting started, and I know the content that you're making. A good click-through rate for you would be a click-through rate that was better than the last thumbnail, right? So if your last thumbnail is 3%, try to get a 4% on your next thumbnail, right? And if you can't make this one better, try different styles, try different colors, try simple things, try putting your face in there, not without your face. Test all these different things, and test it over the course of a week or two. and just try to make it just 1% better than the last thumbnail, or even 0.5% than the last thumbnail. What's going to happen is through trial and error and through you trying to learn how to get a little bit of a better thumbnail, you're actually going to become a better designer, and you will get to the point where your thumbnails are hitting 5%, 6%, 7%, for a range. I've got thumbnails that are 5%. I've got thumbnails that are in the 20%. And I've got everything in the middle, right? The best videos I have on my channel generally have a higher click-through rate. The ones with the lowest amount of views are generally around the 5%. Maybe they even drop down to 4%, and I'll change it. I used to have a baseline of 8%. If it ever drops down to 8% or be lower than 8%, I try to change it. But now, because I got traffic from all over the place and things have kind of changed on my channel, now I just 5 is kind of my baseline now. So just try to be better than the thumbnail before. But if you're getting like 1 or 2 or 3, you can do better than that. Team Jick asks the next question. If a playlist has the highest rate in my traffic source, will that get my channel in trouble or candidate for demonetization? No, because a playlist is a valid YouTube traffic source. So if your video ended up in somebody else's playlist and that's where all your views are coming from, like your video is a standalone video within that playlist. So if that playlist ends up having an issue because of the playlist, the other videos in there, that's not going to affect your video. It might kill the traffic from it, but you're not going to get in trouble for that, because it's the video that matters. And I'm assuming you ended up in somebody else's playlist. I think I missed a super chat here. Give me 1 second. Hey, Christina, how you doing?
Super chat.
Thank you for the super sticker, Christina. I was a lurker in your live stream with like over 300 people in it today. Insane, man. Your live streams are just on fire. I lurked in there for just a little bit. See what I think I just missed something here in the chat. Give me 1 second. I'm scrolling. Hold on. What do I got? Oh, I thought I missed something. Okay, hold on. Apparently there are trialing multiple audio tracks for different languages. Expect that to happen down the road. Yeah, I know things that are coming. There's going to be some real interesting things coming. I know that some people are also getting tested where they are they're changing like titles and stuff like that based on location. They're geo translating titles and stuff. I don't know. I think we can expect some really cool stuff from YouTube in the future. As the AI gets smarter, as they add more features, yeah, I think things are going to be cool in the future. Next question comes from Apology Gaming, who says, I have a 2-part question. First, can music cause copyright strikes? Yes, they can. They can also cause copyright claims. Usually music results in a copyright claim, not a strike. I'd like to have music in my videos, but they are copyrighted. Right, because you don't have a license to use them. I know copyrighted content affects you if you're trying to monetize your videos, correct? But I really want to avoid the strike. So you're probably not going to get a strike from copyrighted music. You can't get a copyright claim, which means that they're going to claim any monetization in the event you ever do get monetized. But if you have a history of copyright issues, they're probably going to deny you from the partner program. Second, does giving credit to the owner actually help on this? No, it does not. It does not. So here's the thing. Do not use music you do not have the license for. If you don't have a budget to pay for a service, you can use the YouTube audio library. Let me show you this. YouTube audio library. Where did it go? Audio library. Give me 1 second here. I need to come in here and find YouTube music. I actually haven't looked at this in a very long time. I don't even know where it's at anymore. Here it is, audio library. Let me share my channel again. So if you're doing this on a phone, you're going to have to go into like the Chrome browser and request the desktop site in order to get this. For everybody else, you can come down to the audio library inside of YouTube Studio. If you're using the phone and you get into YouTube Studio, you got to pinch and zoom to get down here. And what happens is you're going to get all of this free music. You're going to get free music. Now, here's the trick. If you come here and you tap on this right here, search or filter to library, this is key. Tap on that, and if you come down, you're going to see attribution not required or attribution required. Attribution means credit, Okay, so YouTube says you can use this money for free. You can use this music for free, but if it's music that has attribution required, you have to give them credit. Okay, and the way you figure out the credit is you come over here to the license type. You can actually tap on that, and it's going to show you this, and that's what you need to put in your description. Okay, you can copy it all right here, and you put that down at the bottom of your description. That's what happens if it's attribution required. If it's attribution not required, that means all of this music does not require any credit whatsoever. You can see that this has changed over here. There's nothing to add them. If you mix this up, if you use music that requires credit and you do not give it to them, you will receive a copyright claim, even though the audio is coming from the YouTube audio library. But it's free, doesn't cost you anything. Doc Williams, how you doing, sir?
Super Chat.
Great to see you. Keep up the good work. Trying to work hard on your suggestions. I like this one. This is a good one. Thanks, Doc, man. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate the super chat. A Light Motion coming in says, hey, D, just stopping by. Hope you're having a good day. Doug, hope you're having a great day, too. Are you guys back to work yet? Hope you're doing well, man. We need to catch up. We need to catch up. By the way, this is the official account of A Light Motion. If you guys are looking for motion graphics, you can do it on your phone, do it on your iPad, Android and iPhone. This is the app that you want right here. Do amazing stuff with A Light Motion. Shameless plug. Non-sponsored ad for A Light Motion. Hope you're doing well, man. Not all music in the library requires attribution. Yeah, I literally just showed you to sort by requires attribution or does not require attribution. So you need to sort those, right? Or you can just look at it. Do I even have this open anymore? Let's see. Give me 1 second. I am refreshing this. Nope. All right, it's locked up. So yeah, so you can literally sort by attribution or no attribution. There's a lot of it that requires attribution, but there's a ton of it that doesn't require it. So that's why you need to sort it. We're still at home, but we're good. Looking forward to traveling again next year. Hey, man, we're going to hang out in 2022. We're going to have tacos or something. Looking forward to seeing you again, man. All right, next question. Did I answer all the questions here? Yeah, copyright strikes. Yep, got it. Next question comes from the Cherry Picker, who says, do you think that lives that have a low engagement should continue? I like to do lives, but I'm alone and I have low engagement. I'm a reseller, but I also want to encourage people to do what makes them happy and to make the world a sweeter place. I'm all over the place, I know. So here's the thing about doing lives. I still got COVID fog on the brain. Let me look at your channel really quick. So you say you're doing lives and you're not getting any engagement. Let me see how long you've been doing this. So you've been on YouTube for a little bit. Okay, you're going, so you're consistent. That's cool. I'm going to pull your channel up. Here. Hold on. And I know that some of this content is old, but I just want to add some clarity because you told me you're a reseller. Okay, so if your channel is about reselling, I wouldn't be doing cooking dinner with my baby. Right? Feeling dumb now. I mean, that might be about reselling, but that messaging doesn't tell me it's about reselling. Life's not always sweet. Is that about reselling? Right? Exercise tip, stretch. See where I'm going with this? Like if your channel is about reselling, then every video that goes on your channel should be about reselling. Now, to answer your question, if you have low engagement during a live stream, should you continue? Yes, you should. That doesn't mean you have to do a long live stream. You can go live for 15 minutes. You can go live for 10 minutes. You can go live for 20 minutes. The more you go live, even if there's only 1 or 2 people who show up, one person shows up, the better you are going to get at communicating with not a lot of people in the room, right? I know it's really awkward at first, and it's like, oh, what do I say? That sort of thing. But the better you get at it, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So when you do start to build up channel momentum and you do start to get more people in your chat, you can just go, right? You just turn it on, and you can go. You have tons to talk about because you've practiced a ton in a room with very low engagement, with very, few people showing up. But if you can get 1 or 2 people to hang out, go live for 15 minutes. You don't have to go live for a long amount of time. Just go live for 15 minutes. Practice using the gear. Practice using the tech, right? Learn how to keep things going. Learn how to keep the communication going. One thing that you'll notice during this live stream, we've been streaming now for 1 hour, notice that I try not to have any downtime, or I try not to have any awkward breaks. I mean, I'll play music if somebody leaves a super chat, but even when I'm pulling up a channel, like I try not to go quiet. Like I don't want like awkward silence. Like if it's I'm going to pull up your channel, I'll say, yeah, let me pull up your channel real quick. And I'll say, okay, I'm just going over here and pulling up your channel. Like I'm talking through what I'm doing just to not have awkward silence. And this is something that you have to practice in order to get good at. It's the gift of gab, right? You have to learn how to just keep the live stream moving no matter what. So yes, keep live streaming, even if nobody's showing up. The better you're going to get better by doing it often and just practice on keeping things going, right? Like I'm going to go live today for 15 minutes and I'm not going to shut up for 15 minutes. You're going to find ways to continue to communicate. And if that means you have to get a piece of paper and you have to write down with a Sharpie, here's 10 things I want to talk about in today's live stream, or here's 5 things I want to talk about today, just to kind of keep your brain on track, then go live, talk about those things. If you have people show up, great. If they don't show up, fine, that's fine. Hey, this is going to keep you on track. So yeah, keep going, keep live streaming. You're going to be better because of it, right? And eventually people will show up. Eventually. Let's see here. Next question. Wait, is that just one question here? Yes. Okay. Next question is Get Lost Vlogs. Question is there a way I can edit thumbnails on my phone? This is where I wish I had like a wah, 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 wah sound on my Rode Procaster. Or do I have to upload the footage on my laptop through YouTube first? Okay, so here's the thing. My entire channel is to help people who are doing things on their phone. I believe I have an entire playlist, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I have an entire playlist. I'm going to go over to my channel and look. We're going to look together on this. And remember how I was talking about how I'm just going to like talk through, how I'm doing things so I don't have like downtime? That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just talking to you, and I'm talking about I'm going to pull my channel up as I'm going through, and I'm clicking on the things to get to my channel, and now I'm to my channel, right? We didn't have any awkward downtime. So on my channel, let's scroll through here. Popular uploads, Snapseed tutorials. So you can find this one. If you're just getting started, this video right here is probably a really good video to get started with. This is probably a good follow-up video to that. Let me see. Oh, look at this right here. Boom. Whoopsie. I have an entire playlist of make YouTube thumbnails with your phone. So go here. And this isn't just one app. This is a couple of different apps. I go through a couple of different ways to do them. I recommend if you're just getting started, start with this video right here. Make YouTube thumbnails on your phone. That one. That's a bare bones, simple, welcome to thumbnails on your phone tutorial, and it's really easy to do. And I also have videos. This one might be out of date. I think I have a second video for how to actually upload the video or the thumbnail, right? So you're going to make the thumbnail, then you have to upload it. Look for the upload thumbnail from last year. This was 2 years ago. I've got 2 of them. One of them's out of date, I think. So to answer your question, yes, I got you. I got you. Next question from Savvy Turtle, who says, how do I activate stories? I know it's not a subscriber requirement because I see small channels under 1,000 subscribers have stories. Stories is something that they unlock at a certain level of subscribers. I'm not sure what it is. However, they do roll it out sporadically to other channels, specifically gamers. Gamers get a lot of features at a lower subscriber level or no subscriber level just because they're gamers and they have a different type of niche. So just keep going. I think I got stories at, man, where did I get stories? I actually don't remember. I don't remember. I think there is a subscriber requirement. Maybe Doug knows. That's the next video. There it is. Okay, 10,000. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say I was going to say 10,000, but I wasn't 100% sure. I'm really bad with like this many subscribers to unlock this feature. So yeah, 10,000, but I have also seen smaller channels get it. So I know they do beta testings. I know gamers get stuff that normal YouTubers don't get. In shorts, it's 0. Yep, there you go. D, remind me how to tell you to how to do thumbnails in a light motion. Yeah, so this is a really cool app for this. You can actually make thumbnails with a light motion. The funny thing is, they didn't make the app for that, but it's a really cool app because of the things you can do with the fonts. You can make some really cool thumbnails with a light motion. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Again, a light motion. PixArt is an amazing image maker. Works great for thumbnails. PixArt. Yeah, it is. I recommend, look, you can download all these apps, but like if you're literally just getting started, I would find the most bare bones, simple app that you can find. If you're going to download a couple of them, download a couple of the free ones, open them up, see which one makes sense to you, follow some tutorials, and then you're off and on your way. Next question is Aussie Fragrance, who says, do you think it's worthwhile trying to promote a YouTube channel with TikTok? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of people who've blown their channel up by putting their YouTube link in their TikTok profile. And then when they've had TikTok videos do incredibly well, they get a lot of people actually coming over from TikTok. It's usually hard to get people to change platforms. Like if you're on Facebook, people stay on Facebook. People on YouTube generally stay on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, you generally stay on Instagram. TikTok, a different thing is happening to where, I don't know where again, with the unlocking, at some level with followers, you can put a link in your profile. Put your YouTube link in there. So if you have any videos that take off or do well, thousands of views, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or a million plus views, you're going to get people to come over. TikTok, for whatever reason, people will come over to YouTube. So yes, do it. Do it. Do it. Next question comes from Zane. Zane Shares. It's your second channel. Okay, cool. A very famous brand in e-commerce industry wants to put fake screenshots. It's a year-long deal. One side, they're good money, and one side, there are ethics. I'm so confused. Advised, don't do it. Here's the thing, man, and this is similar to your first question. For money, you're risking your entire credibility in everything you are on YouTube. If anything were to go wrong, and I mean anything, and you got caught out as a fraud, you're done. All credibility is gone. Done. Poof. Just like that, because you're trying to get paid. So anyone who's trying to get you to do something that does not align with your moral code, your moral compass for your channel, everybody knows what's good and bad. If a company I've turned down lots of stuff where they're like, hey, we want to pay you this money, we want you to do this, but you got to have a favorable review. Well, that's not a favorable review is called a commercial. I don't do commercials, right? Like sometimes they try to put in the contract, you have to speak positively. No, I'm not doing that. If there's something bad with it, I'll tell you what it is. If it's good, look, if I like your product and I love it, I'll tell people it's great. But if there's something wrong with it or something could be better, I'm going to say that too. I don't make commercials. And that's essentially what you're doing. If you take this, they want you to make a commercial for them using fake screenshots. I would say don't do it, right? You're obviously conflicted about this. If you're conflicted, your gut is probably telling you don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth, one, you don't have to sell out. Just keep going, dude. Like you'll get better deals in the future. Two, if anything goes south, anything goes wrong, and you get called out, your credibility's over. It's done. It's just not worth it. Next question comes from Zane again. Wait, is this the same one? Yep. Nope. Okay. Miss Dooley asks the next question. It says, what can you say about the groups or the teams doing Premiere Marathon? Participants are more than 200 content creators. Are they possible subject to watch or watch activities? Thank you. I'm not familiar with Premiere Marathons. Can somebody in the chat, unless I know it by a different name, can someone in the chat clue me in on what a Premiere Marathon is? If you're just talking about premieres where you're trying to get a bunch of people to just go watch one premiere together, I don't know, I'm going to go on to the next question. Somebody let me know in the chat what a Premiere Marathon is. Is it like a Facebook watch party? Somebody clarify that for me, and then I'll come back and I'll circle back around and answer that one. I don't understand the positivity contracts. Those brands are missing out on crucial feedback. 100%. 100%. Well, and that's the thing. They could be getting great feedback that could help them make a better product, but instead they want a commercial. This is why I don't watch and don't trust a lot of very large tech channels. Some of them are very trustworthy, but a lot of them, it's just like one commercial after the other. Every product they get is the best product ever because, like, wow, Apple sent me the new iPhone. Apple sent me the new this. And they got to talk. They all say great stuff like it's the best thing ever when you know, like, it's parts of it are trash. Like, you know, a lot of these channels have lost credibility over it. Let's see, no idea. Yeah, I've never heard of a Premiere Marathon before. Premiere Marathon are people watching same time. Okay, so it's like a Facebook watch party. Okay, here's the thing about all of this stuff. Watch parties, that sort of thing. You can't game YouTube. You can't game YouTube, okay? What's happening is, I need to hydrate for this one because this is going to be an answer. I gotta break down and explain some things here. I'm gonna pour this in my giant StreamYard cup. I drink a lot of water. Gonna hydrate here. Hold on. Okay, so it's a premiere where a lot of people plan to watch that premiere to give it a boost to hope that the algorithm sees that boost. Wow, look at all these people, and then they're gonna like give that video a jump start. Okay, here's what's really gonna happen. A bunch of people who aren't interested in the video are gonna go watch this premiere because it's a premiere party. And I'm guessing, you said you've got like 200 people that are gonna go watch this. So YouTube is gonna say, okay, here's all of these different channels that are watching this premiere. And they're gonna look at the watch history of all of these channels to try to figure out who these channels are, who these viewers are, not channels. Who are these viewers? What do they watch? What do they like? And YouTube is gonna see all these different types of viewers who are normally not into this type of content. And YouTube's gonna go, oh, wow, so this type of viewer likes this type of content. So then once the premiere's over, YouTube's gonna try to take that video and put it in front of those types of viewers. And in real life, they're not gonna be interested. Some of them might be, but in mass, they're not gonna be interested, right? So YouTube's gonna show it to this audience, and they're different audiences based on the viewer habits or the people who are engaging in this premiere party. It's gonna show it to all these other people because they think that that's what they want, and that's not what they want. And that's actually gonna hurt the video. So you might get that boost out of the beginning from the premiere. Wow, we got all these views at the beginning, we got the watch time or whatever. But as soon as it goes out into the wild and it goes out into YouTube, now YouTube has confused data on the video. YouTube doesn't know the right audience, and that video is probably gonna die off. Unless it's a great video. If it's a great, look, a banger of a video is a banger of a video. If it's a great video with a great thumbnail that has a high click-through rate and gets people to watch it to the end, even while they're testing it in front of different audiences, that video is gonna go the distance. Generally speaking, that doesn't happen, because if you need a watch party to get your video off the ground, then you're probably not in that position yet where you're making bangers. Hope if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask. I would say if you want to engage in one, you can engage in one, but I don't recommend you do it for your own channel. Now, there is something to be said about taking your own subscribers. Let's say, theoretically, I had a video that was going to go live as soon as this live stream is over. So there's 74 people in the chat right now. And I said, all right, guys, I'm going to kill this stream and everybody go over and watch the video. It could be a premiere. It could be a normal video. Well, that could be helpful to my channel because most of you are interested in my content. Not all of you, but a large portion of you are interested in my content. So the type of audience watching that premiere, watching that video is actually in alignment with the correct audience who watches my video in the first place. So then it could work. But if you're just saying, hey, let's just round up like 200 people, you know, you're taking bums off the street or whatever. I mean, that's essentially what you're doing, right? You're just taking people off the street. Not really, but you're just taking random people to go watch this premiere to try to boost the premiere. So I can't recommend that that's going to work. All right, next question. I mean, you could take bums off the street, I guess. God-forsaken Country asks the next question. Says, how do we find a real niche? Great question. How many people in here know what their niche is? How many people don't know what their niche is? If you know what your niche is, say yes. If you don't know what your niche is, say no. That's just a lot of people who are just getting started on YouTube, and they don't know what direction they're going in. So let me know in the chat. I'm curious while I answer this question. So I've been doing this a long time now, and I still just make random videos about our lives. We have a good subscriber base, but we would like to grow the channel some more. How would we find equivalent channels to compare to? We appreciate your content and help. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you is I'm going to work this backwards while I pull up your channel. Don't compare yourself to other channels, because your channel is not, your channel is your channel. Nobody presents, nobody speaks in front of the camera the way you do. That makes your channel uniquely yours. And I just want to pull your channel up for a second. Hold on one second. I'm going to pull your channel for a second because I like your channel art. And I just want to, I know it's missing a value proposition because you don't have an absolute, a little bit. You don't have an absolute direction, but I just think your channel art looks cool, right? You got the wolves there, godforsaken. Automatically, I get the vibe that it's camping, outdoors sort of thing. And it is off-grid living, wildlife, bushcraft, mini bikes, mini dogs, 4x4 off-road. So, I mean, you got 11,000 subscribers. You're doing something right. Here's what I would recommend. Godforsaken, I mean, that's a cool font, by the way. What I would do is I would pick, like, okay, out of all of these things right here that you're telling your people your channel is about, which one of these or which of these get the most views and which of them get the least views, right? Because off-grid living, that works. Wildlife works. Bushcraft works. Mini bikes, I don't know if that, mini dogs, I don't know. Like, there's definitely a disconnect here. If you could find a way to maybe drop two of them to streamline things, I think you do have a niche. And then once you do this, it should be like godforsaken, and then that telling them what your channel is about, that should be bigger instead of just way down small. Like, I don't even know how that would look on a phone. You might be able to read that on a phone, but it's probably going to be small. But I would put that up higher, and I would make it bigger to let people know what's going on, and I would eliminate like bushcraft and dogs. I don't know if that really matches or not. I'm going to just come over here and have a look at your channel because I want to see what's going on. Most popular 2 years ago, Real Canadian Police Counter. That doesn't really fit with anything, but you're getting views. A lot of views. Okay, godforsaken. The key won't turn, replace an ignition lock. Yeah, you're right. You don't have a direction. So here's the thing. Here's the weird thing. You don't have a direction, but you're telling people in your channel art what your channel's about. So as I look through here, the roof and the Tamuchi, stuck in the current. So you're getting all these random views on your channel for random topics, which is really interesting. So you're pulling people in. You're doing something right, but you're segmenting them a little bit. I would make the difficult decision of trying to pinpoint which direction you truly want to go into. A lot of this stuff intertwines, right? Off-grid living, wildlife, bushcraft, 4x4 off-road, like those kind of mesh together. Mini bikes, mini dogs, I'm not so sure. I don't know if that was your question. What was your question? Your question was, how do we find a real niche? Okay, so you got a lot of content. You got 11,000 subscribers. I would go through all of the content, and I would look at the stuff that performed the best and see if it's something that you're into. Sometimes we make videos, and you put them up on your channel, and it does well, but it's not something that you're really into, right? I would look at all the top-performing videos and say, out of these top-performing videos, which one of these am I really passionate about? Which one of these can we just expand on and make more content on? And when you can find a handful of those and go, oh yeah, that's the right direction. It might be bushcraft, I don't know. You're like, wow, we've got a handful of bushcraft videos that did really well. And if that's the case, maybe you should lean into bushcraft, right? But just throwing a bunch of random stuff up, you're growing, right? I mean, assuming these are all organic and you're not doing sub for sub or paying for anything, you got 11,000 subscribers. Some of your videos got a lot of views on them. So you're doing something, but if you could streamline this and make your channel more aerodynamic, I believe you could probably take that 11,000 and blow it up to 50,000 really quick if you could focus in on a particular niche. So how do you find a real niche? You look at the stuff that you've thrown up on the wall. You got to look at what sticks, and you got to look at, okay, here's the stuff that sticks. Out of the stuff that's stuck on the wall, what do I really like? What can I expand on? And then you go down that road. and test it out and see how your audience responds to it. If they don't respond to it after a handful of videos, try something else. Next question. From the Kid Knows Sports, who says, how do I know when it's time to pivot? Ooh, great question. Any advice on growing a kids channel? Yeah, don't. That seems to have plateaued. The content is for everyone, not just kids. Okay, well, then that's not a kids channel. My son wants to add gaming content, but I don't think that it fits. How do you know when it's time to pivot? When you want to pivot. When you look at your data, and it says, these are the videos that your audience watches from other channels. These are the channels your audience watches. And when that's completely different than the content that you're making, you could consider a pivot at that time. So the Kid Knows Sports, sports content from a kid's point of view. You need to be really careful here because I could see how this could appeal to children because you're saying in the channel art, sports content from a kid's point of view, you got your very young son there. This is one of those things where YouTube could shut off your comments and label you as a kid's channel. You might have to dispute that moving forward. Hold on here. I'm just looking at your channel really quick to see if I can find some patterns. So you're doing all kinds of, so you're doing sports, but then you've got like washable what do you got here? What is that? Washable. You got washable face masks. You got sports, microbial face masks, kidpreneur's journey, games, top 5 highest paid. Yeah, I'm looking here. So, okay, so I'm looking at your channel here. It looks, yeah, it's a bit, here's what I would say to do. So you're telling people on your channel art that the channel is about sports content from a kid's point of view. Any video that you're thinking about uploading that is not sports content from a kid's point of view, it doesn't belong on the channel. Now, if you're thinking about a channel pivot and you want to introduce gaming, the logical pivot here, since you're talking about sports, would be to pivot into sports games. You could test that and see how it goes. You're probably going to lose some people because a lot of people are not going to be into gaming and watching them do that, but you can test it out and see. But I would keep it in alignment with sports because that's what your content is already about. I think the wrong thing to do would be talking about, sports channel from a kid's point of view, and here I am playing Minecraft, or here I am playing Fortnite. Like that's a huge disconnect there. But if you start dripping in, gaming, sports games, right? Football games, that sort of thing, whatever, basketball games, whatever's in alignment with the actual content that you're making, then it kind of makes sense. So test a couple, put a football game in there, test it and see how the audience does. Put up a couple of normal videos, then test it with another gaming video. You're going to test it and see how that does. You might find that it does better, or it might do worse and people might not be interested. But videos like Happy New Year, thank you, like that has nothing to do with sports, right? So when you're adding content to your channel, you've got that value proposition. You told people your channel is about sports from a kid's point of view. Every video should be that, right? Videos about sports from a kid's point of view. If you focused on that with every piece of content, you'll probably see faster growth. Next question from Illusion Gaming, who says, I have grown a lot in the past month in subscribers, but I'm still not getting enough views. Well, that's highly suspicious. I'm going to look at your channel here. I'm going to assume your view or your subscribers you've got 110 subscribers. Okay, so this is perfectly normal. You're on track. You're doing gaming. Here's what I got for you. You need to focus on making better thumbnails. You need to focus on titles. How I mentioned the YouTube Creator Academy a little bit before, you need to go through the YouTube Creator Academy and learn how YouTube works. You've got you're kind of all over the place. So you need to focus on titles, you need to focus on thumbnails. You got 110 subscribers. Congratulations. That's not easy to do. If you're doing sub for sub, that's why you're not getting views. You're actually killing your channel. If you're doing sub for sub, you need to stop doing that immediately. Just keep going. Keep going. Make your thumbnails better. Make your titles better. Your topics better. You've got a long way to go. In gaming, it looks like you're trying to figure. You have a video that just says, I'm mad. Nobody's going to click on that, right? You got 5 views 3 days ago. Nobody clicked on it because it doesn't speak to anyone. You don't have any messaging there. There's no reason for them to click on it. So think about what it is you're doing exactly on your channel, right? Are you playing Minecraft? Are you playing, Fortnite? What is it you're doing on your channel? And then focus more on that. Don't worry about your views right now. Don't worry about your subscribers right now. Focus on trying to come up with a focus and then trying to think about how can I come up with a content strategy. If you're playing Minecraft, if you're just saying, hey, watch me play Minecraft, I wish you the best of luck because everybody's doing that. Why would I watch you play Minecraft when I could watch any 10 million other kids play Minecraft who might be better than you? So think it through, right? Are you doing a specific part of Minecraft? Are you teaching people how to play Minecraft? What are you doing? Try to get some specifics with your gaming channel. But go through the YouTube Creator Academy. Start there. Hey, Justin, how you doing, man? Fixed by Chak, how you doing? Next question is D No Limits YT. Great name. What type of focus and motivation do you need to become successful? And is it hard to get there? Also, how do you know that your videos are getting out there and people are really supporting you? So YouTube gives us great data. YouTube gives us data. They give us view counts. They give us data called impressions click-through rate. Impressions click-through rate is kind of two things. Impressions means how many people actually saw your thumbnail, and the click-through rate is what percentage of those people clicked on your thumbnail. All right, so they give us great data to let us know how many people actually saw our thumbnail in the first place. You say, wow, YouTube doesn't show my video to anybody. If you look at your impressions click-through rate inside of YouTube Studio, they're going to tell you exactly how many people they put your thumbnail in front of and how many people clicked on those. In terms of motivation, here's the thing. You have to have like a North Star. You need to have a reason to keep going. If your reason for being on YouTube is to become famous or to get a bunch of subscribers, to make a lot of money, like if those are just like the broad reasons you're on YouTube, you're going to struggle because you don't really have a direction. You don't have a plan. Successful people on YouTube, they have content strategy. They have an idea where they want to go, so they make content to help them get there, right? Think of, you envision a road. I want to go to this place with a road. In every piece of video, in every video that you put, like a brick that goes down on the road to help you get to that location, right? You got to think about why you're on YouTube. How do I get to where I want to go? What's the content strategy to help me get there? And then just comes discipline, right? You just have to power through when you don't want to do it. And it's okay if you have to take a break from time to time, but discipline gets you there. If you have your North Star, if you know why you're there in the first place, it helps with motivation. Having a content strategy helps steer you in the right direction. And then you have to learn how to read your data. You have to learn about your impressions click-through rate, right? How many people are seeing the thumbnail? What percentage are clicking? How can I make this higher? Here's my average view duration. Here's my audience retention. How long are people watching? How can I get them to watch longer? Like those are the two main metrics to focus on. Get them to click more, get them to watch longer. You're going to know that you get more views and subscribers on your channel. Motivation, you got to know why you're on YouTube. And it can't just be subscribers or to get famous, because you're going to get burned out on that one. Next, this is good. Pattaya vlog. Are you in Pattaya, Thailand? Are you in Pattaya, Thailand? How are things in Pattaya right now with the lockdown? Next question is from Joe King Moron, who says, my channel is about gameplay and discussion of Five Nights at Freddy's, the video game. What type of tags should I add? Forget tags, right? People are getting to here. Let me show you something. Let me show you something about tags. Give me 1 second. I actually have a whole video coming about tags, and I'm going to show you why people need to stop worrying about tags. Give me 1 second. That doesn't mean you don't use them, because they do still give us the ability to use tags. But let me show you guys something. So this is inside YouTube Studio when you go to upload a video. This is from YouTube themselves. Oopsie, I got everything highlighted. Hold on. It's directly from the, look, tags. They say tags can be useful in your video if commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a minimal role in helping viewers find your video. That's YouTube telling you that tags are not very important. Now, YouTube has said this on multiple occasions. They've said tags are not that important, use it for misspellings, so on and so forth, but they do still give us the feature. I still use tags, but you have to understand tags aren't going to be the thing that makes your video succeed or fail. I add tags to help with clarification so that maybe it will help tell YouTube, oh, it also means this and it also means this. But YouTube is really smart. And I'm going to break this down in detail that's going to blow your mind in the video that's coming up. So make sure you watch that. In terms of what tags you should use use the tags that make sense. If you're playing Fortnite and you're doing something very specific, like something about Fortnite skins, then add those particular tags to your video. You just want to make sure that any tag that you use is actually relevant to the video itself, right? If you're going to use various Fortnite tags to tell people it's this particular thing about Fortnite, but it's not going to move the needle, right? So you look at lots of viral videos, have no tags at all. But, until YouTube takes this away, I am going to use them, but I use them more for just clarification purposes. Put tags in there that make sense to the game that you're playing. He tags Nick Nimmin since people think they're the same person. No, actually I don't. Oh, man. You are in Pattaya. It's shut down at the moment. Yeah, I lived there for a while. I lived in Pattaya for several years. Hey, Natural Lucia, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Next question. Savvy Tech Tips. Hey, D, I use Sony Bluetooth headphones that has a mic for my videos. How can I make my audio better on my videos? I use a Sony Bluetooth headset. So if you've got a headset and the microphone is right here, what you get is what you get, right? You want to make sure that the mic is not too close to your mouth so you're not eating it and it distorts it, but you also want to make sure that it's not too far away. You want to make sure you get a right sweet spot. And you can use free software like Audacity, right? You can render out the audio and you can put it in something free like Audacity. You can add some EQ to it. You can cut out some of the low end if it's too bassy, or add some high end. You can add some effects that way to make your audio sound a little bit bigger than it is. It's called Audacity. It's free. Otherwise, I use Adobe Audition. That's what I use. It's not free, but Audacity is pretty good. Next question comes from Tallman's RV Reviews. I feel my thumbnails are good and hit the mark. However, I don't feel like I'm hitting the mark with the views and CTR. Can you take a peek and offer some advice? Well, here's the thing. The click-through rate tells you if you're hitting the mark or not. The click-through rate tells you if you're hitting the mark or not. Now you're getting you're getting between 90, 100. So you're getting a little bit of views. So you're at the, 600 views, 300 views. You're at the point right now where you are getting some views. So you are going to see, wow, something is burning. Hold on one second. Something is on fire here. I'm smelling fire. Something's burning. Sorry about that. Yeah, wow, something's burning. Do you smell that? Oh, yeah, something's on fire. Yeah, so look at your impressions click-through rate. Your click-through rate is going to tell you how it's performing. If your click-through rate is like 1 or 2 or 3%, do better. But I can tell you, I'll pull you up really quick here. God, something is on fire. It might be in the hallway back here. I can tell you this. So you're using the right type of font. The font is simple, really easy to read. There's not too much text in here, but stuff like this is getting a little bit text heavy, right? It just seems like you're trying to stuff some extra text in here. The colors are good. They're eye-catching. The font is good. Just look at your data. Look at the click-through rate. Like, that's what matters. Like, I can tell you that, try not to put too many words in your thumbnails. I can tell you the font's good. I can tell you the color contrast is good, especially with things like this, right? But like here, you're putting a lot of text in here. Amazing use of space, hashtag shorts. You don't need to put shorts on there. It's not necessary. It's just adding more clutter. So try to simplify them even more and just look at your click-through rate. We have that data for a reason. Always look at your data. Always look at your data. 1, 2, 3%, 4%. Try to make them better. If you feel like you're not hitting the views, you're not hitting the views because you're not hitting the click-through rate. If your click-through rate is higher, you're going to get the views. So focus on your click-through rate. Like, log off of here right now. Go look at all your thumbnails And if it's 3%, say, okay, how do I get it to 5%? If it's 5%, play around with it until you can get it to 6%, so on and so forth. And just keep trying to make those better. Maybe you got to change the text. Maybe you need to make it bigger. Maybe you need to change what is said on the thumbnail, right? Focus on that. If you get a higher click-through rate, you're going to get more views. Next question comes from Venom Hawk Voice Acting. He says, what type of reaction video should I do? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you what type of reaction video to do. I mean, if I had a reaction, first of all, if you're doing a reaction to something, you have to understand that you run the risk of getting copyright claims or copyright strikes. So I think reaction channels are, I think you're playing a dangerous game starting a reaction channel. I probably wouldn't start one, but if you are going to run with that, I would say react to trending topics, right? Right now, what's popular? Falcon and Winter Soldier. React to that. React to trending things, make a banging thumbnail for it, and react to it. But you might get a copyright claim or a copyright strike, so be warned.
Super chat.
If you stay alive while the building burns down around you, you will have amazing lighting, and 2, you'll be famous forever. That's how I want to go out. I want to go out on camera with the building on fire around me. That's a good point, Tommy. I'll remember that. If the building's on fire, I'll keep the stream running, and you guys just share it out. Oh my God, this guy's on fire live. It smells like something's on fire. I think it's coming from the hallway. All right, next question. Comes from Nitin Kumar. He says, why are you not posting stories? I took a break from stories. I got a little burned out on stories. That's why. Got a little burned out. I do like a Q&A on the stories, and I was doing that for a while, and I just took a break. I'll get back into it. Get burned out every now and then on stuff. Need to take a break. Plus, I'm working on some other things. I got a lot of stuff going on. Next question is from Pete Johns. He says, is Clubhouse still a viable option for generating engagement and potential crossover to YouTube in your opinion? Other platforms are looking to add only audio options, and Clubhouse is launching monetization, but the questionable sales and marketing folks seem to be taking it. Yeah, marketers have they've ruined Clubhouse, but there's still some good rooms to be found. I think Clubhouse is great. I still get a lot of Twitter followers and Instagram people who are finding me, 2, 3, 4, 5 a day who are coming over from Clubhouse because I'm not updating on Instagram. So, you can grow some platforms that way. If you want to jump in and I mean, Clubhouse is still cool. The trick is finding rooms that have not been ruined by marketers and finding rooms that is not just a bunch of frauds talking about stuff that's not true, or finding rooms where, they're just giving good information. There's a lot of bad information being given on Clubhouse. I've actually left a lot of rooms when they start just giving bad advice. Like, what? A lot of bad YouTube rooms going on. But it's still cool. I still hop in every now and then. Clubhouse is strange. 90% is fluff. 10% is gold. Yeah, exactly. You gotta pan for the gold. You gotta pan for the gold. Discord's version is pants, not public. Is it called pants? What? Yeah. So Twitter has them now. Discord's adding them. Facebook's adding it. There's a whole list of apps that are adding audio stuff, and that's definitely going to cannibalize the Clubhouse market. So we'll see. Next question comes from Mr. DeBoxer, who says, how do I increase audience retention through editing? Do better communication skills by not wasting the viewer's time. If you've got an intro at the beginning of your video, get rid of it. Nobody's there for your intro. Cut that stuff out. As soon as somebody clicks on the video, give them what they came for. Let them know what they clicked on, then get right into it. The faster you can give them what they came for, the more they're going to stick around. Cut out any awkward ums and ahs and downtimes and awkward pauses. Fast. Well, it doesn't have to be fast. It depends on type. If you're doing like scientific type stuff, you need to be very precise. But just think about why the viewer's there in the first place and just give it to them. Trim the fat. If there's anything in there that doesn't belong, trim the fat. Editing, communication is how you increase audience retention. Trimming the fat, getting rid of anything that the audience does not want. That's how you increase audience retention. I've got a video coming on this too. Next question from Upon Football. He says, I got a channel strike on a scheduled premiere live stream before I started my live stream. Yep. I'm confused as to what to do next. You delete that live stream. So on some channels now, they do like a pre-screen, right? And that obviously happened to you. They're doing a pre-screen and they found content in your live stream or the thumbnail or music, or they could just tell based on past history and they kept an eye on your live stream. They know that your live stream had something in there, and then they nailed it, right? Because you're doing a premiere live stream. So they were able to see that you had copyright material, and they got you. So what do you do next? You delete it. And you don't use content you don't own the rights to. If you're reviewing football content and you're getting copyright claims or copyright strikes for that, you got to stop doing it because you're going to keep getting claims, right? People who have sports channels and you're putting sports stuff up on your screen, you're playing with fire, man. I understand it might be your passion, but you have to understand if you get a claim or you get a strike, you can try to dispute it. The rights holders might give you a break if they think it's fair use. But if not, that strike is going to stand. That claim is going to stand. Anytime you're putting any sort of content on your channel that you don't have the rights to use, you don't have a license to use it, you are rolling the dice of getting a claim or a strike. If you get 3 strikes within a 90-day period, YouTube terminates your channel. Your channel's gone. It's never coming back no matter what. And technically, you're supposed to be banned from YouTube from opening any new channels. So keep that in mind. Mando, this is not the way. That's what I'm talking about. All right, what's going on here? Hey, Hapline Gamer, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. All right, and on that note, I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the excellent questions. I hope I got to everyone's question. Thanks for everybody who gave this a thumbs up. Thanks for everybody who gave this a thumbs down. It's still engagement. So, you can't get me. You can't hurt me. Thumbs down is still engagement. I appreciate it. You guys have an awesome, awesome week. And I just got lost in everything. You guys have an awesome week. Moderators, thank you for holding it down. And you had one more. I closed the forum. That was it. You guys will have to come back next Sunday. Next Sunday. Hold on here. Corridor Crews always reacting to bad and good CGI. It's still risky. Well, that's the thing. Some channels, I was going to end this, but yeah, some channels get tons of copyright claims. Like they're not looking at monetization as part of their strategy, right? And that's fine. That's fine. But if you're getting copyright strikes, you risk losing your channel, and that's not what you want to do. But copyright claims, they don't really hurt you. All right, everybody, have an awesome week. Have an awesome rest of your night. I will catch you guys next Sunday. Let's see if my camera's still on. My camera is still on. All right, we're gonna roll this out, and I'll see you guys next Sunday.